You guys, oh my freaking God. It is freezing. Literally, it's cold. I was sitting inside a restaurant which will remain nameless. Um, and I had been there trying to charge my phone. Of course, I figured out what the problem was, why it won't charge, why my devices are not charging it. They're saying they're not compatible with the actual cords that I have. You know, the wires that the charger that I have, so to speak. Okay, so for that reason, they have not been charging adequately. They charge to probably about 25 to 30%. No matter how long I sit during the course of the day, which is bad for the, I know it looks bad to the businesses, which is why I wanted to state this so you guys, so you know why I'm sitting in your restaurant or business establishment for so long. It's because I'm trying to charge my phones to an adequate percentage so that they won't die, just die on me, right? Well, this has been my challenge, right? So, needless to say, me staying there for so long, people have their ways of conveying that, okay, you've overstayed your welcome and you need to leave. One of the ways in which in this particular establishment is they freeze me out. Man, when I tell you it's gotta be 10 degrees in that particular location. I don't even know how anybody else comes in there and spends any specific period of time. I'm like, Jesus, I know this is witchcraft. It got to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I am freezing. And I literally have, I said I was going to put on long johns under the dress that I'm wearing. And people wonder why I carry the items that I do. I feel like even though I don't have any children, you know how mothers carry their diaper bag and they have a change of clothes for the kids inside the diaper bag for any given situation, because, yeah, kids are just, unpredictable. And so I feel like my life is like that, unpredictable. I mean, this whole thing with the witchcraft, they are driving me friggin' crazy, okay? For the four seasons in one day situation, and the freezing establishments to have you, so cold you feel like you go catch pneumonia. And, this is inside the location. And then when you come outside, oh my God, it's just as cold outside as it is inside. So you're wondering, it's almost June, you guys. That's like the end of spring, onset of summer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's why I know this ain't that. It can't be, you know what I'm saying? Because it is freezing here and it rains every day, all day it seems like. I'm not kidding about this, you guys. I can't make it up. Let me show you right fast what I'm talking about. It is raining as we speak, right? As I'm speaking to you right now, right? So, and as you can see, the screen just went dark. So whomever is stalking me via phone, that has access to the phone from surveillance or wherever, you're freezing me to death. So let me explain what happens with this, right? So if I'm so cold in the establishment that you want me to leave, right? This is like, we're going to get her to go. She needs to leave here, right? When I go outside, it's raining. Every time I get ready to leave an establishment, it's raining. So I can't get my phone to charge, and I can't technically, leave the location. I'm utilizing the Wi-Fi, so therefore that's why I'm sticking close as well and trying to charge my phone. Then when I get ready to leave, okay, do you not want me to leave because it's downpouring rain when I leave? You tell me who lives like this. I don't understand it. I'm just like, these people hate my freaking guts. They got to be putting me through all of this. I'm just like, I don't. It's so sad, you guys. It's so sad. And as for this whole Alzheimer's and dementia thing that y'all have been talking about, Shantae does not have either of these illnesses. God, uh, Lord bless. I mercy over those that are experiencing or going through these illnesses. I do not have either of these things, right? So if you see me and I'm dragging stuff down the street and I'm walking around outside and people are like, okay, why is she walking outside with this stuff? There's a reason for it. You know what I'm saying? I can't see having being in a hotel type situation. I do not have the money, the funds to cover such arrangements. And then when you leave the hotel, you're going right back out to the street. So it's like a waste of money. I would never. People are like, oh, let me get your hotel for the night. And then, of course, there's the trafficking situation that you have to definitely stay on guard for. Human trafficking and sex trafficking both. So, unfortunately, people are not as honest or operate in integrity as much so anymore. It's happened to me at least 3 times. I'm not just saying this like, oh, she don't know what she talking about. No, I have allowed a situation where I have been approached by people that claim that they're from the church. Okay, they have their own church and this is what we do and we're a family. You know what I'm saying? I have allowed it to where they're like, oh, why don't you come and stay in the house with us and all this other kind of stuff. You have to be very careful because there are different approaches for those that are professional at doing these types of things. And if you were a young person, you could easily be lured into situations that it's not easy to come back from, right? So I just happen to be a woman of a certain age. When when it's conducive, I may pull myself together. So I've always looked younger than what I actually am, and so people have mistaken that on me, right, a lot of times. So that's part of the reason why I wear gray hair too, so to show, because my hair is this color, we all know this, and my entire head, so to speak, the lights just popped on in case y'all wondered. That's because guess what, it's raining outside, and so it's overcast enough to have lighting like this, right? Again, people, it's just this is how my life goes, like seriously. So, and then they wonder why I'm so quiet all the time. The reason being is because I'm dealing with a lot. Even and some days I just have to laugh. It's Sensational Sunday. Yesterday, like I told you, the whole melancholy feeling. What you gonna do? You can't get upset. You can't cry all day and all night, about it every day. But Lord have mercy. The other day, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? You may hear me yelling. When it's pouring down rain and all of a sudden it's coming down for no, I'm very much aware the Lord has placed in my spirit, and I state this on Sunday, that y'all are somewhere conjuring up these storms and things like that. There are people that are definitely, let's just say they're privy to things that I'm not, and the Lord is definitely stating the word witchcraft. That's where I'm getting it from. It's not like, oh, this girl, she thinks that there's witchcraft being performed on her. No, Almighty God has placed in my spirit that someone has a voodoo doll, put my photographs on altars and stuff like that, and even have come together in a numbers situation where it's not just one person. They come together specifically to do this. So a coven or whatever it is of witches that practice witchcraft and the occult. I do not do such things. I don't know about them, and if I have a bloodline that does that again, this is not my background. I have not been what you call it, trained in the craft of witchcraft. I don't know nothing about it, y'all, seriously. So it's unfortunate because people that carry the bloodlines, these people can cast spells on them. They can call back from prior generations, you know, against your bloodline and things like that, and you have no idea. It ain't got nothing to do with you. You perfectly innocent. The Lord placed all this in my spirit because we're having this situation occur more so in America. And so since this is occurring, people are wondering what's going on in America. That's what's going on. You got bloodlines that are manifesting with these ancient rituals because people are going and digging this stuff up because we have access to the internet and online, researching that they can do. It used to be people didn't go and invest their time in reading and encyclopedias and, just researching to determine all of this information. It was normally left in books if it wasn't handed down by family. It was, left in books, and you would have to be the type of person that likes to research or read in order to find out about these things. Now, we got Google at our disposal. Folks get intrigued about something, they go and look it up, and they're like, oh, and the next thing you know, you got people doing evil things to bring about their will. And again, Almighty God can't interfere with our will, so people really are interested in controlling the next person and mind control and things like that they can explore through witchcraft, right? By casting spells and doing things like that. So it's a lot of mess going on right now to where we're like 20 years in for the whole witchcraft thing. And I'm just like, wow, like 20 years in is what I'm saying as far as people being intrigued with it or becoming more, the interest being piqued by such things, because it seems like they can, Satan can bring about things that Almighty God cannot, and that's not true. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely not true. Please understand, you cannot worship the creation, which Satan is, and omit or disregard the creator, which Almighty God is. He's sovereign in every way. Please understand, this Satan is his creation, not the other way around. So if you practice the witchcraft and the occult, those that have had situations happen that they can attest to, where it does eventually reverse, and you have to answer for exercising things that are not of God. It's just how it is, right? And so, yeah, a lot of people, they don't, they're willing to take the consequences. They will tell you, like, okay, I know there'll be consequences, but I'm going to do this. Just like anything else, every sin in the Bible weighs the same in the eyes of God. And so it's people are like, well, I have to do this. That's why I say you can't. There you go. That's why I say you can't judge people based on what you see in front of you, because you don't know. It's not my place. It's Almighty God's place to make a judgment or an assessment over your life, right? Just like it is for me. I have to answer it. And then I'm very sensitive in my spirit about such things. I ain't got time to be judging nobody, because I have my own share of things that I have to address. He ain't gonna ask me about you when I'm standing in front of, when I stand before Almighty God for judgment. I have to answer for me. He ain't gonna be asking me about what so-and-so did to provoke me, or what were the circumstances surrounding this. He gonna ask me what I tell you to do, right? So just quickly wanted to put that out there, because I'm telling you, I'm tired of freezing. I'm tired of the rainforest. I'm calling it the rainforest because that's what it feels like. It's raining every day. Like I don't know, you guys. weird. All of it is weird. It don't rain like this in May. I've lived in Dallas for 32 years. It is normally at least in the 80s or the 90s, with consistent sunshine. I don't know what this is. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it feels like the end times for real. For real. I never thought I would live to see the end times. I thought that was like far off in the future, but I guess judging by, and that's why the Lord said he requested specifically that I wear my hair gray. It isn't something where I'm trying to be defiant and lead women into wearing their hair gray. Because a lot of women, they don't like that. They're like, oh, the Almighty God has purpose in wanting us to wear our hair gray. Everybody is different. I guess that's probably why too. He wants everybody to embrace the fact that you are still unique and different as you age. Even with your gray hair, you're not gonna. Everybody doesn't gray the same. That kind of thing. Like I had an aunt who had one gray streak, just through, and that's how she grayed. She had one gray streak, and her hair was long. And then I had another aunt that's salt and pepper all over, right? And so it is unique to the person, is what I'm saying. And so when mine came in, it started in my 20s. And it was salt and pepper. And my friends was like, you need to do something about that gray, because, dang, girl, you too young to be having it. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I wasn't tripping, I've always been the type to be like, whatever, So I started putting the rest on it at that time. And so I never really thought twice about it. I was just like every woman. We just like, okay, well, what color do I want to wear? That kind of thing. But yeah, when I took it down to wash it during the time of COVID, I've said this before, because I had it, in extensions or whatnot, and when I took it down, it was indeed this color. My whole head was like. And I was like, oh my God. And so, the acceptance of what it looked like and having to, embrace the fact that I was gray is what Almighty God said. He was like, he said, I'm going to need you to wear it like that. And I was like, oh my God. As far as this being something, stated in spirit, because he said women of today have a hard time embracing the aging process, and